Like everything I did for you was to tell you what you meant to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I know you've been thinking all about me all night long. We were texting till around 3. And it's not a thing to you, baby. No, tell me, shawty, won't you sing? 'Cause I've been losing hope, but maybe it's a long way home. So tell me what I need to do, just so me and you can make it through, yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I've been so alone, whenever you ain't hit my phone. So tell me what I need to do, just so me and you can make it through, yeah, yeah.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business.
For the people who are learning to mind their business.
This is Mind Your Business. It is a podcast, a video podcast that Phil and I have been doing for a couple years on behalf of Dickey Broadcasting Company and the Fan, 680 93.7 FM. Also Atlanta Sports X, where you can find them 103.7 on the south side, 106.3 FM on the north side, and of course on the app. You can listen
and YouTube
anytime,
all
anywhere.
over the world except for China.
That's right, because China has, they put the squash on it. You cannot watch or listen to Atlanta Sports X in China.
Sorry, China.
Sorry, yeah, exactly. You don't know the content that you are missing. But anyway, we've got, always do this where we talk about the way that sports and music and money all kind of work together. And it's funny because athletes always want to be rock stars always want to be athletes.
Oh, for real.
And I got to tell you, we've hit the gold mine today as Wix Patton joins us here on Mind Your Business. It is presented by SR Homes, a builder that's focused on you, and you can find them at srhomes.com. Man, welcome into the fan cave.
No, thank you so much for having me. For real. When we got here, I said it about 10 times to my boys back here. I said, man, I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad to be here. I haven't gotten to be at the Battery nearly enough. So
Oh my gosh, I know.
definitely thank you for having me.
Amazing. Have you been out? Have you been out to?
I've been out to 2 games. Cool. It was a couple years ago. I'm sorry, Atlanta Braves, but I've been supporting from my TV, and I will make sure I come to a game this year.
You should be supporting from your radio.
Well,
radio.
Too. When you can, give it a listen. When you can't, watch it on TV, whatever.
Yes, sir.
As long as you're keeping up with the team, that's all.
Yeah, and I've definitely seen the show a couple of times, so I definitely, I made sure I came and,
awesome.
Paid my respects.
There you go. Appreciate it.
And you can find Wix at Wix Patton on social media. Website, I assume, wixpatton.com?
Yes, sir, wixpatton.com.
And so the thing that's fascinating about Wix is that much like an athlete that wants to be a rock star and a rock star that wants to be an athlete, he's both. And is able to do and talented enough to do both. You were playing football. You played through high school.
So I actually started playing football my junior year of high school. I was actually a basketball player through high school.
Because you got a little height.
Well, I grew my sophomore year, but my 8th and 9th grade years, I tried out for the football team. I was cut, so I didn't even make the teams. Okay. And so I was, I was a basketball player and a music head, was recording, making music all throughout high school. And then my junior year, I decided to play football, mainly because I'd shot up to 6'5". Sure. And, my grades were, my grades were okay, but.
You ain't trying to go play school.
Nah, I was not. I wasn't a great school player, but, I had God-given, size. Yeah. So. Went out, played football my junior year, got great responses, had some coaches come visit me, which, I wasn't even, planning to have the opportunity. So from my junior to senior year, I put on 70 pounds and transitioned to a tight end because that's what the coaches were saying. You have the size, but, you need to put on some weight. So through there, I was making music, but, I was kind of like, the music wasn't popping off like I wanted to. And as a high school kid, which is can happen. Yeah. So, I was like, the music's not really working, so I'm going to go full speed with this football thing. Put on 70 pounds and then, got the opportunity to play for Georgia. So it was pretty amazing, to be able to go from, being cut in football, then making it to football for UGA, and then, having given up music and then music coming back around full circle is just, an unbelievable opportunity.
Yeah, it's not that uncommon that happens. Sam Hunt. So you're familiar with Sam and his work. I've worked country radio for the last 19 years and have been doing sports radio for a year and continuing in country. But Sam, he was the same way. He was always a musician, always writing, played at UAB, and then ended up on a practice squad in one of the NFL teams. And
that's crazy that.
Yeah, man. I think for the Kansas City Chiefs, he was on the practice squad.
I didn't know he was that big of a boy.
Yeah, he's a big dude for sure. And but he was like, I'm on the practice squad. I don't see this being the right route for me.
Yeah, good call, Sam Hunt.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
Great call, man.
That's exactly right. He's from the same hometown as Nick Chubb. And so anyway, long story short is he hangs up the cleats and goes to Nashville, and now he's a worldwide singing sensation. Yeah. He's an incredible pop star, country star. however you want to describe it, the little crossover act.
It's amazing. Well, part of it, the biggest thing really is that a lot of, athletes don't understand, but it's just a platform that you have. So I know, I'm sure he might have taken, I don't really know his story as well as, obviously I know mine, but as a college athlete, I was able to use my platform as a UGA football player, as an artist as well. So, when I decided, I'm going to take this opportunity, actually, after I had gone viral through a freestyle while we were in California.
Stadium, right?
No, it was at a comedy club that we were visiting while we were in LA just one night, and it had a bunch of people come through and do improv, and they brought through some hilarious comedians. But before then, there were people hopping on the microphone left and right, trying to rap and stuff like that.
Oh, they were rapping at the comedy
people,
store?
people. Well, just like people on the team were just going up there and messing around,
gotcha.
And then you got up there.
I got forced up there. I didn't even want to go up there. I remember I was just, I'm a freshman. I'm terrified. Not that many people know me, and some kids are like, oh, this kid can rap. Nah, he can rap. So then people were like, okay, nah, you got to go up there. So I went up there and freestyled, and the whole team had caught it on video, and just the next day it got posted to Twitter and went viral. So after that, it was almost like I felt like a second chance for me to be like, okay,
this music thing might work.
The music thing, it could be something. It might be a little premature. It just was a viral tweet. But then after that, I released some music with our starting cornerback, actually, Tyreek McGee.
Yeah.
And we released some music, and then it gained a lot of traction. It had a lot of articles written up. It had gotten played on a couple radio stations. So we were like, okay, this is a real opportunity that we could do. So. We had the whole fan base that had our back, the UGA fan base, football fan base. We had the UGA players and coaches fully behind us and fully behind me and what I decided to do. So it's just an unbelievable opportunity being able to have. That's why, you see artists like Quavo and different artists, supporting UGA, because, football and music go hand in hand. Whenever you're in that scene, people move together.
So no doubt. The first time I remember seeing you and hearing your music it was a video that you shot in Sanford Stadium, right? It was Stanford. Am I not right about the stadium?
We did shoot some stuff outside of Stanford, but really I did a UGA anthem, and so they had played the UGA anthem in the stadium and everything like that, and they played
awesome.
They actually played one of our songs there at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in New Orleans when we played for the Sugar Bowl. So they played it at the Sugar Bowl, and when we were out there, we were wait, that's our song.
You didn't know they were gonna play it?
No, I had no idea. We're going through warm-ups, and I start hearing. I'm like, whoa there. I was like, wait a second,
that's mine.
That's me. It was definitely super, super cool, and just being able to have UGA and music go hand in hand like that is such a blessing. So
yeah. Well, so one thing I wanted to ask, you had this viral momentum going, and then you released a full production, professional production music video, and I just checked it. It had like 500,000 views.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Right.
And enough for any label to start paying attention at that point. How do you transfer that into Spotify and all the other streams?
So basically, right after, I'm sorry, I'm skipping around here, but while I was at UGA, I was releasing music on all platforms. But
this is like 2017-ish.
This is I guess my sophomore year. So right before I left, I was releasing music on all platforms, and I'd shot the video in California in Los Angeles for 100 Miles, my debut single that had actually done those numbers. And the NCAA doesn't allow college athletes to make any money or market themselves,
which is bullcrap.
As an artist, yeah.
It's complete bullcrap.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a different story altogether.
I was going to hold my tongue, but I completely agree.
Well, let me be the first to.
If he's like, look, I'm trying to sell like UGA merchandise or something.
Yeah, and I wasn't doing
one
that.
thing,
It was just selling music.
A completely different endeavor.
Yeah.
That's called entrepreneurship, and the fact that the NCAA's hampering down on that is, in my opinion, anti-American.
Yeah.
Boo NCAA.
I can't even say it.
I can.
I will.
I'll do it.
I'll
do it for you.
I'm with y'all. Just in the sense of it was definitely hard because I had so much momentum going with playing for UGA and having that whole background and having the whole team constantly posting my music, and so definitely kind of was tough whenever they made me kind of decide either you can keep playing football these next 2 years eligibility, or you can just go full on with the music.
How did that conversation go down?
It was me with the UGA compliance. We sat in the office with the NCAA compliance guy, and it was us three, and we sat in the office and we talked, and that was,
hey, here's what I want.
Yeah, and it was a great conversation because I also had a meeting. I told you I had a meeting with Jim Chaney and had a meeting with Coach Smart, and talked to my strength coach, Coach Sinclair, and they all really were very supportive and wanted me to go full on with the music because at a certain time it's a career choice. You have to make a decision of you know, do I want to stick it out and you know, I can keep playing, but you know, that music career and with music and really with any job career, if you don't necessarily take it whenever it's hot or whenever you have the opportunity, sometimes it can be gone.
When the chances
are. So, you know,
it's all about timing.
Yeah, and music has been a dream of mine since I was, you know, very, very young. And while I was at UGA, actually, I was trying to, the reason why they really had my support too, or they really supported me, was because I was balancing full-time UGA football, UGA classes, and music. So with the music, I was traveling to Atlanta 5 nights a week, and was going, you know, after practice, or not after practice, we go to practicing, and then we go to tutoring, and that would end around 9:30, and then I'd go home, change, and then drive an hour and a half to Atlanta, and go record till about 3, 4 in the morning, and then drive back to Athens, get back around 5:36, try to sleep for a few hours, get to class, go to practice, and then we'd do it all over again. Because it was just a, you know, I had the opportunity that I'd always wanted to be able to have free studio time and to go work at a nice studio with really good producers.
What studio were you working at?
We were working at Walker Street Studios.
There you go.
With Steve Hybicki and my buddy over here, Tyler, who plays the guitar, and I have a lot of really good friends who play instruments, so, you know, I was able to get everybody in there. We were working every single night, so it was almost like I was a full-time musician already while being a college football player and while, you know, trying to run a business of just, you know, marketing myself and doing all of that and just.
Which is a full-time job.
Yeah, no, definitely. And that's why, you know, that comes with the conversation of athletes should get paid. But,
yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah, just at least on your likeness. I mean, it's yours. Nobody else owns that likeness except you. So I don't understand how athletes can't make money off themselves. But I mean, again, there's a different conversation.
That's a collegiate licensing company in the NCAA.
Yeah, no,
you can look into that online.
Yeah, right. No, well, but we could spend the rest of the show talking about that one thing specifically, but rather talk about what you're doing and what you got coming up.
Yes,
are
you out in California now?
So I've been staying part-time in LA, been working on some music out there.
LA?
I do like LA a lot. Yeah. I do like LA. But
is this your first time out? Like when you started doing the music stuff, was that your first time going out there?
So I had been out there. Probably my first real trip was whenever we went out there for the Rose Bowl, and obviously there, I found such a love there. I was like, man, I really like it out here in the atmosphere. So I just definitely need to come out here and make some music. And luckily, I have a really, really good friend who's a YouTuber named Justin Escalona, who started a big clothing line. Actually, I'm wearing his shirt right there. But
what is it? 1340?
It's called 1340 Collective.
Okay.
And yeah, so he's a big-time YouTuber with a big-time clothing line, and he's got a house in the hills over there. So awesome. I went and stayed with him for 3 weeks and did a lot of, he's like I said, a big vlogger, so he's got a large following on YouTube, did a bunch of YouTube videos with him and gained a good YouTube following. And after that, I was like, I really like it out here. I really like the atmosphere. I like just the scenery. I like the kind of people, because LA is full of a lot of hungry people that are, millennials or in their 20s, 30s that are just hungry, still trying to make a career, still trying to make, a name for themselves, whether it's the internet or in the arts or just the kind of dreams that a lot of people around here may tell you that's far-fetched,
Yeah.
So definitely love being out in LA, but Atlanta is definitely my roots as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever seen the Fake City of Atlanta Facebook page?
No, I haven't.
It's amazing. So this guy named Ben Palmer, he actually moved to LA to pursue stand-up comedy. He's from here, and so he made the page basically to just spit in the face of the Atlanta parking enforcement. But anyway, so someone came up with something that was like, hey, in Atlanta, we should do this thing for homeless people. It was like a really good idea. And then someone got on and was like, hey, you should go post this on the Real City of Atlanta page.
Right.
And then someone else was like, but no one reads the Real City of Atlanta page. But so anyway,
it's a big parody and funny.
Yeah. And so Ben's one of those guys out there. It's just crazy, man, because you see these people like, driving Uber, driving Lyft out there, just trying to make it, and then you go listen to some of their content, and it's just like, oh, once this gets marketed, it's gonna blow up.
Because that's the biggest thing. There's so much good music out there, but it's just who can market them, themselves the best, not only as an artist, but also as just a celebrity or the characteristic that they have. It's just. Yeah, it's just so big, and the internet is just such a massive outlet out there. That's why you see, so many successful people out there that make it solely off of just running social media the right way and being consistent.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have a crew out there outside of your guy that owns 1340?
Yeah. Well, I have a bunch of friends out there that do music, and they have a label out there. I worked out there. I shot 2 videos actually. I shot 100 Miles out there, and I shot a video called Deep End. 2 singles that I have out. Shot them both, one in Santa Monica and one actually in the hills. So
how do you choose the models for this?
Hey,
let's go
look.
Let's talk about that for a little while.
Hey, that for me. Oh shoot, my mic came off.
No, you're good.
That for me, honestly, I didn't get to choose. They just they told me, hey, we have this really attractive white girl. So here you
got
go.
some smoke shows coming up.
Yeah, we have a beautiful, and of course, we shoot the video, and then I'm like, oh yeah, so what's your number? Next time I come out to LA.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's just networking, man. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, it's networking. You definitely gotta, you get everyone's number, everyone's Instagram, so
You're exactly right.
So how long does it typically take you to shoot a video?
That one we started at 8 o'clock in the morning and we finished around 10 o'clock that night.
Kidding,
so we shot all day. Yeah, it was a one-day thing, but it was kind of like, we had the big house in the hills where they had flown me out to shoot the video. We had
your team was on point.
All the scenery. Yeah, everybody was on point, and that's why it was such a blessing because I stumbled across the right people. 4 days after I left UGA, I started working with Don Perry, a really big consultant in Atlanta, and started working with Camp Productions, and definitely just found a family to really grow with, and so I feel like that's the best thing. Once you get a team and once you get a solid foundation, everybody has the same same goals. Everybody's got the same things planned out, and they believe in it. And that's when you can really take it to the next level. So
it's interesting you talked about believing,
right?
And you said Coach Chaney and Coach Smart both were supporting.
They
believed in you from the get-go.
It was crazy because Coach Smart, like I had mentioned, yeah. There you go, catch me. I ain't say it.
Yeah, that's right.
But
that's right.
But what was I gonna say? So Coach Smart really, the day after that video went viral, he played it in the team meeting and gave me a speech, and that was really cool. And then after that, he was playing it at our practices, he was playing it in our team meetings, my music, and was always just talking about, you could really do this, and then Coach Chaney sat me down. I told him, you know what, like, I'm really just, I'm at a playing field. They're telling me, I can either really go for the music thing, which is my first love, and he really knew all the hours I was putting in, and he said, Wix, you only get opportunities like this. It's once in a lifetime, so you have to be able to take those opportunities because those opportunities can leave you.
Yeah.
So
good for him, man.
And it was very unselfish of him and Coach Smart and everybody in the program just for all the help and all the things that they did for me and getting my music out and and showing support to me when they didn't have to, and so it's just like UGA was just such a great season of my life. Now it's just full on with the music. So
that's got to make them a lot more attractive for high school recruits coming out.
Yeah,
because when you're 16, 17, 18. Yeah, you might have one main love,
right?
But you're still exposed.
You're trying to figure out what's
yeah, exactly, and that's why I'm so for just people are multi-talented. Somebody can be great, as an NBA player or a football player. That's why you got people like Damian Lillard who are dropping music and doing music, and Victor Oladipo, he's dropping like music that's beautiful, and so it's like people are multi-talented, and if people are able to express themselves once they get their foot in the door, then that's the most beautiful thing you can do. And football really did get my foot in the door for a music career that was so promising, and definitely have nothing but love for UGA and their whole program and everything they have going on there because they birthed a career for me.
That's right. It's a great stepping stone for sure.
So on the kind of finance side, a lot of athletes come in, they self-finance everything.
Yeah.
How was that journey for you? Was it tough getting that ball rolling at first?
You talking about just having the money to do music?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely had some really good supporters and people that invested in me early on.
Like family and friends?
Yeah, family and close friends that believed in me. They definitely helped. Exactly. They helped invest in me just like a business, because the music is a business, just like anything else. It was how can we market ourselves? What can we do with this video? How are we going to reach this audience? How are we going to make sure that we have these people retweeting around when it drops? Or these, what I'm saying? So it's just the money part wasn't even really the biggest part, because we were solely going off of just dreams. Everybody had dreams. Everybody had, this hunger to make it music, to get to a certain spot. So it was like everybody that was working with us, same vision. Everybody that was working with us was doing it without pay and was doing it solely off of they believed in what we were doing. And that's why I have nothing but to thank, my awesome team and the people also that I work with outside of who were able to be here. And so, because that's what it comes down to. Everybody's got the same, same vision, and you got to build until you see the money.
So that's what I love. People are always like, how do I get part of these camps? Like, how do I get in with someone? It's like, man, you earn your keep.
Yeah. Exactly.
You 100% earn your keep. No one's going to give you a handout. It doesn't matter you grew up with the guy. Like, you got to contribute to the team.
That's exactly right. Wix Patton joining us here on Mind Your Business, sports, music, and money. That's what we talk about on this show and this podcast and this video podcast and everything that's kind of evolved in here in the fan cave with Dickey Broadcasting 680 and Atlanta Sports X. So where is the route taking you now? What's in the future for you?
So right now, we've just been working. We've been recording lots of music. We've just been talking to, like you had said, we've been talking to some major labels right now and kind of trying to figure out, who we want to roll with and who, we really want to
have, right?
Yeah, well, no, definitely a great problem. Definitely, it's just, right now in the time of my life is, whatever label we decide to roll with is gonna be, it's gonna be life changing. It's gonna be career changing. It's gonna be, all right, let's go. So it's just, making that best decision, getting all the music right. We've been in the studio from 3 to 11, 3 to 12 every single day. 3 p.m. to 12, and just working every single day, making sure all the music's right. Been doing lots of shows, been doing stuff like that. Really just building and getting everything right.
Because that's where you make money, really, these days. Is
shows,
shows,
definitely shows, and then if you sign to a major label, you get that really big advancement.
That's alone.
Yeah, which is
alone, which is of course. And I ain't saying that making it through a major label is the only way, but it's definitely it's a great help.
It definitely makes things less challenging.
We're at the point now where we have the music, we have everything right in place. It's just that we need those heavy hitters.
They got the relationships.
Exactly. That's how a lot of the major playlisting is chosen in the radio, major radio and everything like that, and placements. Because I feel like what we're doing is very, very marketable and very, very. We make music that's for everyone.
Yeah.
If I can say that. I'd say that most of my music is all the way clean. It's for all audiences, and so we felt like.
There's value in that. I don't think people realize it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because of course you want to hit your target audience, and a lot of people go and try to hit that. But my target audience really is just such a wide range of people, because I want to be able to have people, be able to bring their whole family to a show, bring as many people they can to a show, and be able to have a great time, and be able to just have music that's for everyone.
Yeah, but as a guy, as a dad, with a 14-year-old son that loves hip-hop,
right,
and he loves country. Those are, and we talk about this almost on every episode because it always comes up that country music and hip-hop are so similar because they both just tell stories of how you grew up or what it is that you're doing right now or where it is you're headed, right?
Exactly.
They both tell those same stories. It's all experiential. It's all an experience-based music, but there's so much value in that, in the fact that you're willing to say, you know what, maybe I'm gonna not swear as much, or maybe I'm gonna point this message in a different direction, because the kids that you touch at that point, mom and dad are willing to spend money.
Exactly.
Mom and dad are willing to go to shows. Mom and dad are willing to buy T-shirts. Mom and dad are willing to do. As long as they know that what they're 100%. Doing is not, that it's not going to be detrimental to their kids. And look, my kid listens to a lot of hip hop that is probably not the most, didn't have the greatest of lyrics. Dad doesn't mind quite as much, but let me tell you, Mama does.
Oh yeah, I'm already.
Mama ain't having none of it. So
I grew up on D12 and purple pills and stuff. Rough time in my life, man. Rough time in my life. Thank God I'm here today, baby.
We've all been there, right?
Music will make you feel like you're a different person sometimes.
100%.
Yeah, right. And so anyway, it's just interesting because I don't know that many artists look at it that way.
Well, it's just, I think, again, crediting back at UGA, they let it know you have a lot of eyes on you. You're very impressionable. You have this platform. You have all these people watching you. And what are you going to do? You're going to be the kind of person that, leads people in a way to where they can really, be inspired and be creative and feel like they have an opportunity to make it. There is a lane open for them, or, in any way that I can, help kids grow and help, people I want to have high energy music that's good feeling. It's positive. People wake up, they play, and they're like, it just makes them want to excited to dance.
But I mean, you have to be perfect either,
Of course.
And that's I think another misconception that people think that when they make music that everybody can listen to, that you got to be a perfect person. You got to say it exactly right. That's nonsense. You just be yourself, man, and I think that'll carry you the way you're gonna go.
People relate to people being genuine.
Well, but and not being perfect, because there's not one of us.
That's genuine.
Yeah, right. That none of us are. And exactly, and it all is relatable. I think you're spot on, man, and I think it's a wise choice.
Oh, thank you.
I got a question. I told you I was going to throw one at you. That was going to be a little bit weird.
I'm ready.
I want to get your honest opinion on if Matt Herzworm is the most gangster person to ever play for UGA UGA football.
Wow.
Did Matt Herzworm, did he have you ask that?
No, man. That's my dude.
I like him. Nah, he's definitely a hilarious kid. I would say most gangster, probably not, but I would say he is a good kid.
He works for like Wells Fargo or something like that.
Okay.
That's my cousin.
He's like a corporate banker.
That's my cousin.
He's a great guy though, man.
So I told him we were having you on the show, and he's like, dude, he can actually rap. I'm like, thanks, dude. I did my homework.
Yeah.
We know this.
That was everybody at UGA for the longest. No, look, this kid, no, he actually can rap. I know what you think, he probably can't, but he can.
Because that's the thing, man. You see these basketball players on the bus all the time.
Right.
It's like, look, man, we get you listen to 20 hours of hip hop a day.
Right.
It doesn't make you Biggie.
It doesn't make you a rapper.
Yeah,
but that's why a lot of people were so excited because they were like, you know, one, this is a white kid, and two, it's kind of like, you know, he can actually rap. And and for a while it was, you know, this is a football player who can rap. This is a football player who likes to make music. And, you know, the whole time I was going through that, I was trying to prove, you know, no, I'm really a musician and a football player. Not just a football player who happens to make music.
Who turned you on to rap?
I started listening to rap at a young age, really from when I was a kid. But I'd say the most influential rapper that really made me want to just go after music was G-Eazy. And part of the reason I'd have to say about G-Eazy is just that, you know, when I was in 7th to 8th grade, you know, I looked at G-Eazy as like, this is my older brother. This is
super suave.
Yeah, this is a man, super cut clean. He's 6'6", he's a tall white guy, you know, can really rap, can really, you know, really got the swagger. And I looked at him as like, you know, this could be, I can do this.
I can do this. I can
you
follow
know,
that.
this is someone that, you know, I really viewed as somebody who opened up a lane for somebody like me, or, you know, people like Machine Gun Kelly, or, you know, there's multiple artists out there in Atlanta too, you know, that have really inspired me. But you know, those are just two off the bat of the head. That I can
Have you
say
seen
that.
the Machine Gun Kelly thing that he does with Travis Barker?
I haven't seen it.
Dude,
no.
it's awesome. They got another guy who's like, I don't want to call him like a punk rocker, but kind of like punk rocker-ish. And are you familiar with Machine Gun Kelly, Tug?
Yeah.
So, man, I had no idea how versatile he was.
Yeah, and that's
He's
what's
like
so
a rock
cool.
star and a rapper.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, that's why, you know, I also look at, you know, just people like Post Malone too, that, you know, they use
Come on, man.
they can do the hip hop music, but I mean
I was loving you until now.
But look, here's why I say that. Here's why I say that. I like Post Malone.
The Grammys.
Yeah.
Look, I
on, man.
To each his own, man. Why not to each his own?
I'm saying music-wise, Post Malone makes some of the most beautiful music because it is versatile and it's because it's for everyone. And he real deal was able to transform hip hop into a more genre thing to where, you know, he's doing like folk type music, he's doing slower music, he's doing R&B music, he's bringing out the guitars, and now you got Machine Gun Kelly who's doing more of a rock music type thing, because once you get, like I said, once you get your foot in the door, the opportunities can be limitless. You know, you can start being able to do
collabing with
anything.
whoever.
Dude,
Exactly.
I mean, and from the countryside, Darius Rucker doing country music. You got Jimmy Allen's African American. He's doing country music, and country is starting to open up too. And then you got guys like Florida Georgia Line that are bringing in hip hop acts, and they're collaborating on their records.
I love that.
Yeah, me too, man. I think it's awesome. I think it's great.
Because it just adds a whole different element of music that people don't expect, you know, whenever you see, you know, records like that. Yeah, like exactly when you saw Florida Georgia Line and Nelly when they had done that song. Yeah. It's huge. You know, and it's just like, because the crossover music is so big right now. It's just like, I don't know.
There's the genres, or the kind of the walls are falling.
And that's what made me, I actually just did a song with T-Pain, an EDM record that's like a real big, you know, just turn up song, and, you know, music, and I had never really dabbled in EDM before.
And it's bass music.
Exactly, it's just bass music, but it's simpler, but it's just such a feeling that you get from it. Heavy 808, and just really just makes you want to jump. Like, makes you know, just have the cannons go up and just have people jumping. And
you might be too young. Do you remember Tomorrow World?
I do.
So, man, like Tomorrow World came, and basically these are, you know, huge EDM producers from all over the world. And every single one of them was playing Turn It Down for What? Exactly. Every single one of them. And it was because they knew they were in Atlanta, and they knew genre eaters, hip hop. People gonna go crazy. And they mesh well, man, because that bass is, you can just, you know, you can mix that into anything. So the difference between a DJ and a producer is a DJ mixes, a producer creates.
There you go, man.
100%.
So, other than hip hop and the stuff, what's something that you listen to that nobody would suspect? Because obviously you threw him a curveball with Post Malone. So, what else is out there?
Where'd you get your stage presence from? Because your shows are pretty
Thank you.
chain.
Yeah, high energy. No, I appreciate it. Really, I studied a lot of greats as far as with the shows, you know, and that's what really had me wanting to start doing the live band in my shows, and that's what we've been working on, doing tons of rehearsals.
Man, I love the live band.
Yeah, because it's just such a feeling. And hip hop with the drums and the guitar is just such a cool thing, because it has that high energy to it still, and it has that urban feeling that, you know, that still comes with hip hop, but it's got the live band.
Check out Mac Miller's Tiny Desk concert.
Yeah.
Anderson .Paak is awesome too.
Wow, exactly.
So what is it you're listening to that nobody would expect that you like?
I listen to a lot of pop music.
Okay.
Like I listen to John Bellion. I really like John Bellion. Man, I don't know. See, I always get stumped with questions like this.
Yeah, no worries,
I
man.
listen to so much music.
Yeah,
but,
Are you just constantly exploring new stuff?
I'm constantly exploring new stuff. I think the easiest thing for me is because people ask me all the time, and I'm always like, okay, cool. Pull out Apple Music and look at what I'm listening to, because it changes so much. But yeah, really, it's just, I listen to my Atlanta greats. I show them respect.
Now, what are the classics that you love?
Man, the classics that I love, I listen to a lot of, honestly, I listen to a lot of Young Thug. I listen to a lot of Future. I listen to a lot of Lil Wayne. I listen to a lot of Drake. I listen to a lot of those big artists that I feel like help shape the culture into what it is as far as my generation. I listen to some Biggie and Tupac, but really a lot of the music I listen to now is just more, today's era.
Yeah.
But I wanted to tell you this. I got you something.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're a Georgia fan.
Yeah, yeah.
Toss me them. Before I forget, because I was thinking about it.
What?
I got you 2 Georgia gloves.
What?
I ain't get you anything because you're an Alabama
That's
fan.
right.
Yeah, we get rings.
Look at this. That's look at this. Look at this right here. How about them Dogs?
How about them Dogs? Exactly.
Love it. I love it, dude.
Yes,
That's awesome.
sir.
Thank
No,
you.
of
It's
course,
super
man,
kind
of
of you.
course.
What is it that we've left
still
out?
love you.
What have we not hit that we need to that kind of defines who you are or defines who you're gonna be? What is it that we've left out?
There's a lot of really good things coming up that I'm excited to announce, excited to share with the fans, and excited to share with all the people. A lot of big shows, a lot of big music. Because right now we've just been working. We've been kind of underground. We haven't really been, showing the public as much besides popping out and doing some shows. We've just been working in the studio every single night. So a lot of really, really high energy, good music that I think that people are really going to get excited about. Because I can genuinely say that what music we're making right now is nothing like anything else that's out.
That's cool.
So Tug and I, we have a lot of big name athletes that come in and stuff like that always want to talk about their nonprofits, and we're of the belief, don't let them do it unless they're genuine about it.
Yeah.
So I want to know if you've started thinking about how you're going to give back yet.
We have. Of course, the main goal is, we definitely have a lot of money to be made, but we've definitely thought over nonprofits and how we can help. I have a really good friend, Josh Langley, who has started a couple nonprofits, so I've been working with him as far as how we can.
He's not a track coach, is he?
He's not. Okay. He's actually not, but he's a native from Atlanta, and he's around and a great guy. And so I'm working on right now just seeing how we can put together a nonprofit organization, because definitely during my time at UGA and even growing up going to the Trinity House in Atlanta, just any way that I can serve, is just something that's a feeling that's,
Yeah, there's nothing better. There's nothing better.
Being able to help the people that are less fortunate.
Telling you, man, and just helping and giving back, dude. There's nothing more important and nothing better that you can do, and it'll come back, man. It's just that's the way it works, man. When you give, it comes back to you. It always does.
Always.
So. Last thing for me, anyway.
Yes, sir.
Any other aspirations, acting?
Yes.
Just because Atlanta's such a hotbed for movies and film and TV.
We need to get this man a microphone.
Seriously, man. Seriously, man. Absolutely.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
So definitely want to go into
Start
acting.
making them bring their own.
What was the tiny desktops? What were you saying?
Tiny desk concert?
Yeah, exactly. It's what it is right there.
Those are cool, though. I like those tiny desks.
Those are super sick.
I like them. But I definitely want to get into acting, because it's just like football. Obviously, football is a love of mine, but football, got me in the door with music. Music will get me in the door with acting and being able to start more businesses and being able to be an investor, because, just as well as I know I'm a passionate football player, I'm a passionate, musician. I'm a passionate businessman. I really fell in love with the whole marketing aspect, while I was doing it. Because, I really had to learn how to market myself as a product before, as getting myself out there, because it's just how big an artist can be is how often they can be in people's faces. So I definitely want to be able to use that outlet with music to be able to do much more things and branch out into much more opportunities. So
yeah, it's interesting because a long time ago, that was kind of shunned, right? It was kind of frowned upon when artists would do an endorsement or they would have any sort of business dealings.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like it was frowned upon. And like I know the rock stars in the early 90s, they were definitely like everything was, keep anything commercial away from it. Now, fast forward to now, it's like now you're crazy if you're not doing that.
Because you can't ignore it. You can't ignore it.
Yeah, of course.
You can't because think about, NFL athletes, NBA athletes, professional athletes in general, and professional, actors and artists. they're impressionable. Kids want to be like these people. You know, I wanted to be like the greats, the artists, what inspired me to be who I am. And so whenever you got these people, you know, endorsing deals, these kids, you know, these people are going to go straight towards it. They want to do, you know, being a celebrity and is giving off a character that, or giving off a type of, what's the word for it? Basically like a character that people want to be, or people want to grow up to be like. So whenever you're, you know, endorsing things like Rap Snacks and you got Migos on the cover, you know, people are huge fans of Migos. They're gonna check it out. They're gonna see whether they're showing love or just off the fact that the Migos support it. So I'm gonna support it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's the whole reason I bought them.
Yeah. I see, there you go.
I had some beers and I was like, these are pretty damn good.
No, because they are good. Yeah.
Perfect
Of course,
example.
shout out to the Migos, of course.
Yeah, but you're right. I think people see something with someone that they relate to or like or follow. They automatically they give you that first round. Now, if it isn't good, they're not going back.
Nah,
but
they're gonna give you the opportunity.
But they're gonna give you the opportunity.
They'll give you the chance, and you know, sometimes that's the biggest thing is just being able to have the chance, because you know all these companies, all these commercials that they have is they just want you to try it out once, give it a chance once. That's why so many people are like money back guaranteed. But it's just if that product is good, you know, like they say it is, and they got the right people representing it, then they're gonna get their opportunity. It's just whether or not it sticks.
There you go.
So the last thing I got for you, we ask any rapper this that is semi-athletic, which is a perfect fit here. You played basketball.
Right.
Who are the best rappers at basketball?
Like
Who are the best rappers at basketball?
An all-star rap basketball team.
And Atlanta specific. So right now we have Nappy Roots from Scales.
Okay.
We've been told R. Kelly, which I really don't like, but we got R. Kelly. We were also told.
We hear he's great.
We've heard this from a few people.
Okay.
Quavo, and help me out here.
Yeah, definitely Quavo.
Help me out here.
Let's see who else.
I've heard Chris Breezy, Chris Brown.
Is it 21
really
Savage? Somebody say 21 Savage?
Yeah, someone said 21 Savage can ball.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
And then
21 Savage. I ain't see. I mean,
so I guess we got a 5th open roster spot right now.
So who are we plugging in?
Me.
All right, well, good enough. There you go.
I'll hoop with them.
There you go.
Skills, that's a challenge.
But there's definitely a lot of good artists, because they go hand in hand. A lot of artists grow up playing basketball. You know, sports is something that, you know, guys in general, women too, you know, just love sports. You grow up on sports, so
part of the culture.
Like that love, yeah, exactly, part of the culture, and just a lot of people grow up with it and they don't lose that. You know, you have so many professional artists, you know, big artists they're definitely out there playing basketball with their friends and still doing all the same things, staying in shape, because tell you what, touring and doing shows is a whole nother level of just, honestly conditioning that you would never think. You would never think, but performing is definitely, you got to be in good shape for it. So, I mean, definitely a lot of artists are still getting in the gym, playing basketball, working out. So.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Did somebody say also 2 Chainz? Did somebody bring
Yeah, 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
But nah, definitely, when I get in the scene with these guys, I'm going to definitely have to see what they're talking about.
So he just bought into the College Park Skyhawks.
Really?
Yeah, 2 Chainz is a minority owner awesome. Over there. And they're kind of hanging their hat on him, obviously.
Yeah.
So they came out with some super dope T-shirts that got like the new logo and the 2 Chainz.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, look at what Drake did for Toronto.
So the first time I ever even heard of 2 Chainz was at a basketball game.
Really?
He had already blown up at this point.
Yeah.
I guess I was just getting out of the military or something, where I was kind of disconnected from like cool stuff. And so I was
disconnected from cool stuff.
Yeah, you're right. Everything's so generic in the military.
I know, right?
And I mean, AFM is what is it? AFN Armed Forces Network is just not where it's at.
Not where it's
cool
at.
Stuff. But so I go to a Hawks game. They're like 2 Chainz. I'm like, who's this guy?
Right,
man.
Here
we are today.
Definitely a legend.
Well, there you go. This is Mind Your Business, presented by SR Homes, a builder focused on you. You can find them at srhomes.com. Make sure you check out Wix Patton. At Wix Patton is what you're looking for on Twitter. I'm sure it's that way across all the
Instagram, everything. You can find me up. Looking it up on Google. Wix Patton is just essential for everything.
Yeah, easy to find him, easy to locate him. He's a Bulldog. He's in the hip hop community. And he's a cool guy because he brought me some Georgia gloves. I mean, come on. That's the man right there. Make sure you get out and support his music, man.
Mark Ingram's the OG.
Seriously, because he's a local guy, man. That's the first reason to support, man. So you got to support your hometown folks. And we just want to see you do good, man. So continued success, dude.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Yes,
there you go. This is Mind Your Business.
Mind your business.
At SR Homes, our end goal is to create a home that's unique to you, one that you and your family will enjoy for years to come. With over 4 decades of home building experience, SR Homes has become a top home builder in Atlanta, offering a variety of communities in the most sought-after locations. Locally owned and operated, SR Homes is a builder focused on you. For more information, visit us at srhomes.com.